And welcome. Episode Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. And we'll have a discussion and recap on the first episode. So don't go away. We'll be right back. And don't forget, Fear the Walking Dead is brought to you by King's Cannabiz.
Reports in 5 states, they don't know if it's a virus or a microbe. They don't know, but it's spreading.
You need to...
People are killing.
Look at this. How'd they unload on him?
The dog is nature. But nature, well, nature always wins.
If it happens, it will happen quickly.
What kind of man does that? Puts his wife and children in the hands of strangers.
Men do these things not because of evil.
Hitler's never even met.
I found the place he spoke of. They do evil because of fear. He has given us all he can.
World on fire with the smoking sun stops everything and everyone. Brace yourself for all will pay. Help is on the way.
Salazar.
I'll go the distance, lead
27th character. Step foot upon the scene like it's the end of an era. Me, I've never been better. New recruit, big suit. Inhale, smoke, and blow out nebulous. Just like the candles on the birthday cake. These lights going out, sun's running their mouth. Collapse her lungs like the universe does, so bring them out. I'm rapping till I ain't got nothing to rap about. Or end up like my people who sleeping up in the ground. But I know that the piecing up in the cloud is keeping me from giving this up or tapping out. So you ain't tripping me up from flapping your mouth. Through the conscious, living like the Loch Ness, riding Cerberus back, using my veins as a harness. I had to deal with the devil from way back that read, if he showed his fucking face, I'd be giving them hands. Really, what is sicker than man? Feeding from the garden till his ticker is jammed, hoping the legacy stands. But all he could do was write his initials with a stick in the sand. You could give him a hand, but the greatest thing you could do is live life without giving a damn, right? Wrong. How many people will be peeping the song and like me are feeling like they didn't belong? Who hand-built the path that they're currently on by uprooting the truth and killing the long con? See, I gave up the goose and now I'm Gucci. Yeah, I gave up the juice and now I'm juicy. I had to balance my energy like allowance, keep my feet upon the ground while my head was in the heavens, brethren. That's the life of a go-getter. Make letters in my head, twisting up the poinsettia. I'm getting high off the nature of the rhyme. I'm a nation in my mind, I'm a major in my prime. I'm elated, rocking over drums like a native, just to feel a bit closer to my spaceship. Yeah, not everything is so bad inside my cadence. I can forget my brothers are Abel and Canaan. Can you speak my language? I flip the lingua and reach my hand out to those gripping me with hatred. I'll make a beacon with my fingers like Mavis. I know they know it, but damn it, they need to see this.
Okay, welcome back to Fear the Walking Dead with your host, me, of course, Denise Harris. Hope you're joining me tonight to listen on in. And don't forget, this will contain spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, this episode is called Here to Help. And as I said on Facebook where I put this, it's like, are they ever going to learn, or what do you think? Well, try, think about it, and towards the end of the show, I'll ask it again. Are they ever going to learn? Will Morgan ever learn? Or should they keep trying to help? Should they keep on going? Okay, so what's up with these kids again? Every time they run into kids, there's more trouble. I don't know. The opening scene, we meet Dylan and Max. They're out hunting, which, of course, we all know what happens when you fire a gun. Boom, yeah, here come the walkers, right? So right away, they attracted the walkers. Yeah, he got the deer, which is great, but they also attracted the walkers. Okay, his brother is saying, don't be scared. And this kid kind of reminds me of the kid from A Christmas Story. Don't play with that gun, you're going to shoot your eye out. He's got the glasses, he's got the hair, he's got the face. And that's who he reminds me of right away. Little Dylan there, yeah. He kind of reminds me of him. And he's got a shotgun there. And he said, I'm not scared. Is it going to be loud? Well, yeah, and guess what happens? yes, you attract the walkers. But where did these boys come from? Do they belong to a group? Or who are they? Where are they? That's the key. And it's kind of a disorienting puzzle box that reveals itself with each clue. And I have to admit, it's a suitable starter for the return of Fear the Walking Dead. And we saw Morgan and his team of newly appointed charitable truckers heading out to help people, of course, using Al's collection of tapes to find them. And we are dropped into unknown territory, and we have to reorient ourselves to these new surroundings. And Morgan's team, they literally dropped in on them. As Max, is coaching Dylan to shoot that deer, thereby signaling walkers, of course. They look up, and here comes a plane crashing through the trees. What did you think of that? Thoughts on the plane crash? Actually, it was pretty epic, and I like the fact they actually used a real plane. That was cool. It wasn't CGI crap, which is great. And the fire and the smoke and the walkers, of course. I have other questions later on, though. So here comes this plane crashing through the trees, and they're going to go look, and here come the walkers, and that Max's gun just doesn't want to shoot. It's jammed the whole time. But here comes Alicia. She's the first to emerge from the wreckage, despite how serious the situation is. I think it's kind of funny that she's going about using one of these huge propeller blades to hack through these walkers. It's like, I think the blade's bigger than she is at this point. But she's hacking through the walkers, coming at the brothers, and of course there's another puzzle there. One moment at a time, we learn what's going on. Alicia, Morgan, John, June, Ellen, Luciana were all in a plane, which they hijacked to find a man they know is Logan. Okay, and this, since the finale of last season, they have been going through Al's tape deck to find people they can help. And except for Logan, all of those they've tried to contact have died or not wanted to be found. And since Logan's the only one who answered them, they're trying to track him down. Alicia is visibly going through some crap, to be frank. And she's mindlessly attacking these walkers. And her hands are, full of blood. Her face, she's just all full of blood. And later she'll find herself at odds with Morgan about what all the rescue attempts are about. And it presents a similar dichotomy between Morgan and Rick, if you remember. So, what do you think of this? Should they keep on doing this? Again, we'll kind of answer that later. But it's clear that our veterans of the show, they know how to handle themselves in a tough situation, because they're always in one. Alicia digs a wire barrier into the ground, and more walkers head their way. They trip, and they're able to get the best of them, of course. John apparently has been giving June shooting lessons, because he seamlessly tosses his pistols, the white-hilted ones he covets so much, to her when he's in a tight situation. Luciana, while in the meantime, she's been impaled during the crash. Encouragement from Morgan, Max, and Dylan help keep Luciana calm, while the rest fend off the dead, and they cut Luciana loose from the aircraft. And then we meet another character, Annie. Not quite sure where she goes there. Interesting. Here she comes pulling up in this, Camp Cackleberry van there. She looks like she's about 12. And so she comes up and kind of saves the day there. Okay. And we're going to get into a little more of this later about different things. So, here comes Annie in the Cackleberry, Camp Cackleberry van there. And, where do these kids come from? How did they get there? What is going on? Is this another group they have to watch out for? So, here comes Annie. She delivers a Hail Mary. And Annie is Max and Dylan's sister. She drives the car straight through the walkers and away to safety. But something feels wrong. Okay. And they call, and growlers is the new word of the day. Growlers added to the list of names they call the Walking Dead. Okay. So Annie's word is growlers for the walkers. And she said, growlers are the least of our problems. You have no idea where you landed, do you? Uh-oh, now what? Not a good omen. These kids in these shows are just always issues. I don't know. Excuse me. They either end up causing death or they die. So, but somebody's going to die with them for sure. Annie says she and her family were passing through the area. Her parents, of course, didn't make it, and they got stuck. And there are stray signs that say stay away from certain roads that they can't make sense of. All the roads, in fact, seem to be blocked off by something, whether it's these signs, landslides, or the dead. And one such sign is a roadblock comprised of 3 walkers tied together with their intestines. Okay? Shades of The Walking Dead, okay? And the other interesting part, I love the heads hanging from the trees, but is that a parallel to the heads on the poles in The Walking Dead? I don't know if this is on purpose that they do this, kind of reminding you of the other one. I don't know. I think it's kind of strange, though, and it's nothing. I mean, we've seen this before, right, in TWD. So, is that intentional, or is it? I think it might be. But there's walkers tied together while the chattering walker heads dangle from the trees. I think it's kind of a ghastly Christmas ornament thing. Pretty cool, though, right? But it kind of, right away, I thought of the poles at the end of TWD last year. So, but Morgan's team is so determined to find Logan, who say they had been blocked on all sides by walkers. I think Annie says to this south, they're saying east and west, and one was flooded or landslided out. So, when they get to their location, of course, thanks to Annie, all they find is an abandoned truck stop. No walkers or Logan in sight. So there you go on that. So what the hell's going on now, right? What did you think of the walker roadblock and the heads in the trees? Now, somebody's out there doing this. I don't know what's going on with that. Somebody's doing this. But who is it? And then, but they're at least able to bring Luciana in and take care of her. They're able to dislodge a metal pole that she's impaled with. But Annie and her brothers start to bail. They're sensing that something is wholly wrong with this situation. And they're not the only ones. I mean, there's nobody there. Why is somebody telling you they're there and they're surrounded by walkers and I need help? And it's totally nobody there. And they were right. And we meet Logan, and we all, most of us, know who it is. Okay? It's Max Headroom, Matt Frewer. He's also from The Magicians and The Order. Okay? He was very popular. Max Headroom, yeah. He later chimes in, because Morgan's trying to get a hold of him. Logan, we're here, where are you? You know, and trying to get contact with him over the station's walkie. Finally, and Alicia comes up and she's like, there's something wrong here. Well, yeah, there is. Okay, did anybody notice also around the plane that strange walker growler, I call them walkers, in the kind of like a, it looks like a Darth Vader thing. A soldier, basically, okay, is what he looks like. He stands out because of what he's in. And a few other things going on before we get to that part. That thing with the propeller is something else. But anyway, but Al also radios Strand to tell him they crashed and instructs him to watch her tape labeled skid mark. And that'll come up later again when he does. She says a man on it has a small plane and he'll have to use it to fly over to them. Okay, so there's a... also, Alicia falls into a fence that has that radiation warning sign on it and warns the others they have to leave now. But, of course, they continue on and Annie comes in. And Strand and Charlie, they're riding in Al's armored truck side by side, and Sarah and Wendell are in their truck also. The girl Annie says she stays away from this area for whatever reason. She still hasn't come out with what actually happens there, or why they stay away from there. And she tells him this place is worse than it seems, but she doesn't go into any deal. I'm like, what? What is going on? What is worse? What's going on? And of course, the Walker heads and stuff, which, like I said, it was pretty cool, but it was shades of The Walking Dead again. But I think they do that intentionally. I really do. Annie warns, she also warns Morgan that this Logan better be worth it. And again, they're looking for Logan. They find no one. And like I said, Logan had told him he was surrounded. And there's no sign of life there at all. And Morgan, of course, is trying to reach him. And Luciana, she tells Dylan about Clayton's mission to keep hope alive with the boxes. And Alicia reports there's no one here. They looked over the place, and she's like, something's not right here. Definitely now. Annie gets spooked and tells her brothers they need to leave now. Alicia tries to calm them down when Max points his rifle at her and warns them to leave soon. Okay. Way to go, Max. But his gun wasn't jammed anyway, so I don't think it would have hurt him. And as they're pulling the pole out of Luciana's shoulder, they leave. The kids leave. Elsewhere, an older man, Logan, you see him arrive at the dam shelter. He sifts through Al's tape as if he's looking for somebody. Alicia and Al lock up the truck stop as Morgan hears word from him on the radio. And he tells them things have gotten tricky and that his people have taken over the dam and are looking at his people. What the hell? And he admits to him that he never shared Clayton's worldview, and he made them fly to the furthest truck stop he knew so they could take over without the fuss. Wow. No conflict, no fuss, no muss. Excuse me. Okay. That's crazy. And he's looking at Strand and his group outside of the gates. He describes the truck. It's got a C and L open. He goes, you met the Clayton. Now meet the L. And he admits he never shared his worldview. Alicia reminds him they crashed a freaking plane to help him. And Logan says, well, he owns the deed to the mill, and he's just trying to reclaim what's his instead of hurting them. Seriously, Logan, from what I've seen, he doesn't have that much firepower, him and his crew. Okay, and then he cuts off communication and walks away. And you can see, Morgan is ticked. Absolutely. I'd be throwing things. And you hear Alicia over the talk. She's I'm going to come and kick your damn ass all over the place. And, well, they should. All of them just about died because of this joker. Oh, my God. I think they're going to be sorry. But anyway, that night, Sarah and Wendell, they're drinking outside the dam. And, of course, they're, talking about their failure. Charlie says she can find it. Charlie appears. She says, I can find a way in. And Strand vows to get the mill back. He wishes he was on a plane, but vows to get on the next one. He should have been on this one, but he'll be on the next one. Back with Morgan and them, Al tells Morgan they need to return to the plane to get a story. And he agrees as long as she sees June about her head first. Because she's looking at her tape there. And what's weird about this, the shoulder, they are walkers. But how are they, there's wires, how are they controlled? Well, we're going to see. June assures John they'll find people, but John's ready to give up. He says they might have better luck than others. June talks him down, says they need to make people believe they too can be lucky. Alicia she's so ticked, she's outside just whacking walkers, getting out her frustration there. Until Morgan stops her. She reminds him they could have died today, and that Luciana almost did. We can't make up for the past if we're dead, she tells him, before telling him her mother did so much to make sure they were still standing. Morgan promises he's not done helping people and will try to find the kids again. Why? They don't want you. Just go. And he's like, we're still standing, and until we're not, we have to keep at it. Back at the dam shelter, Strand pops in one of Al's tape. Guess who's on there? Daniel. And he pauses the frame as Strand stares in disbelief at his old friend. So then we see it's raining like hell. Here comes Al. She returns to the crash site in the rain to find the armored walker she fended off. She pulls off its mask, kills it, and starts recording. This is the weird part. It's really weird. She picks through his stuff and, of course, finds laminated documents with the symbol on it. She radios Morgan to tell him there's a story here. She was right. There is a story here. Until she's tased from behind, okay? She falls unconscious as a mysterious person covered in the same armor stands over her. Okay, that was the end of the episode. But there were wires on this walker. And it was a walker. So how are they? Who are they, too? Who are they? Why are they wired? Is this how they control them? I don't know. Okay. My first question of the night is, what is the symbol that they keep finding? What does it look like? Do y'all know out there? I'm sure you do. I'll give you a minute. Then we'll get into some of the other stuff going on. And this was teased earlier at the summit in April. So, what do you think of these kids again now? Drive me crazy. And again, while I'm waiting for you to think about that, where else have you seen this symbol? Just asking. Okay. The symbol is the three circles interlocking, a radiation basically symbol. And we saw this symbol in The Walking Dead before. It's part of the same mysterious group that took Rick and Jadis away in a helicopter. It was on the helicopter, remember? Okay. And at the summit, AMC Summit in April, co-showrunner Ian Goldberg teased that a certain walker would open a universe of possibilities, and there we go, there he was. And we met that walker in the premiere, and he wasn't exaggerating. The walker, when he was alive, again, was part of the same mysterious group. The proof is the symbol of three interlocking circles, which appeared on both the helicopter and on the dead man's uniform and gear. It's the same one. And that walker was not alone, obviously, and has taken Al prisoner. I wonder. This is the and that the flight will, and when they went away in the helicopter, that flight that will in turn lead to the first of the Rick Grimes spin-off movies, which should be coming up. I will let you know where, okay, and when. We still don't know who these people are, though, what they want, or what the symbol means. But, of course, eventually we're going to get some, they're going to shed some light on this soon. All we know for sure is what we saw. After Al crash-landed the group's plane that draws the attention of walkers and the gunshot, of course, she had a curious encounter with one of them. The walker was dressed in a peculiar black uniform that kind of looked like a Star Wars stormtrooper joined by a biker gang. That joined a biker gang, okay, with the featureless helmet over his head. And she tried to stab him in his head, but it was so solid. So instead she knocked him into a pole sticking out of the ground. It immobilized him but didn't kill him. Again, she filmed it a bit before going to help the rest of the group. She reviewed her footage with Morgan that evening, and that they should go back. And she goes, I know my tapes haven't done shit to help us so far, but this one might. She noticed the uniform was piped with electrical wiring. Okay, so what is this? What is the meaning of that? Were these walkers a creation of whoever's behind this, or are they controlled by the people behind it? Hopefully we'll find out. We're going to get to know Patient Zero, which they've been talking about for a few years now. She found a pouch with his stuff, and it held a paper map, some clear plastic cards that looked like the outlines of counties or zone boundaries, both stamped with those rings. And, of course, she called out to Morgan, I was right, there's a story here. And she got tased. He picked up her camera and looked into it. And ta-da, the end. The implications of the appearance of the three rings on Fear the Walking Dead is huge. Obviously, they're operational over a huge area of the country, at least from at least the D.C. area, where TWD is set, to Texas, home of Fear. So that's quite a large area. We've never actually seen them before this. This was very cool. So now we know for sure that their technological advancement is not just that they have a helicopter. They had the high-tech uniforms also. The uniforms might be more evidence that they're from the Commonwealth, a large community in the Walking Dead comics. And they're much further along in the process of rebuilding society than anyone we've seen on the show so far. And they have a high-standing army whose soldiers wear high-tech uniforms. So is that who this is? I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And it also opens up the possibility that characters from Fear could someday meet Rick Grimes. Al probably won't be taken to wherever Rick and Jadis went, because in the trailer she eventually makes her way back to Morgan. But she's definitely going to find out some stuff about the three rings, and it'll be on our behalf. How great. She is a journalist after all, so she's definitely an A, not a B, whatever that means. So there you go. But maybe Morgan will someday be able to help his old friend Rick Grimes once again. Morgan loses people, then he loses himself while Rick finds him. The possibility for a reunion is now very open. Or we might just get some hints about where Rick will be when we see him again. What do you think about all this? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, though. So many possibilities going on here. Now we have seen what these soldiers look like, a hint of what they are. But are we actually going to see any more of them this season? I don't know. We may see another glimpse or so, but I don't think we're going to get the answers we seek quite yet. So, wow. So, what do you think is going to happen with them? Or do you think Strand will find them? He's going to have to deal with Daniel. It's like, whoa, Daniel's back. Is he going to be able to get the plane? Is he going to be able to get to him? Are they going to find their way back to him? Are they going to find the kids? Lots of stuff going on. Apparently they're going to be at the dam shelter for a while because in the trailer, Al finds their way back to Morgan. So they're going to be there for a bit. But are they going to find the kids? What happened? Who's in there doing this to the walkers? Is it that group or is it somebody else? We just don't know enough yet. It's only the first episode. Lots of stuff going on. Let's see, what else? So again, my question is, should they just give up trying to find people and just go on their way and help whoever they can along the way instead of going out and looking for trouble? Because that's all it seems to happen. And Logan was the only one that actually answered him. And lo and behold, guess what? That went to crap too. So, should they just, instead of trying to, over the walkies or over the radio, is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Shouldn't they just travel and then help who they come across if they need to? Excuse me. I don't know. It's like, Morgan, it hasn't helped anybody yet. Quit, and it's like he's trying to force it. And when he does that, then there's trouble. So, I don't know whether he should just give it up and quit and just, like I said, I'd be on their way and help people along the way. Don't look for trouble, because every time you find somebody, there is trouble. Are those kids going to be issues? They usually are, so we'll find out. At least with their record so far. Maybe not. Maybe we'll be surprised. I don't know. And like I said, the walkers across the road, reminiscent, of course, right away, The Walking Dead. And, of course, the heads in the trees kind of reminded me of the heads on the post because they were also chattering. So, kind of a reminder, maybe? I don't know. But most of the area is blocked off by this military-type group. So, are they going to be able to get out of there? Guess we'll say. So, the implication of the three rings, hopefully we will find out about that. And again, that takes over a whole large area. Like I said, from the D.C. area, from TWD, to Texas, home of fear. So that is quite a large area. Are they expanding too? Could be. We'll see if they follow the comics or not. I wish Michelle was here. She probably could tell us a little bit more about the comics. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Okay. Let's go on another subject that kind of wraps up the episode. So, did anyone else watch Nosferatu last night? Holy crap, it's so cool. They're sticking to the book. I'm loving it. And I'm so glad AMC picked it up. Totally freaking awesome. Did anybody else watch that? Nosferatu is a novel by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Did anybody else see it last night? If you haven't, please watch it. Because it is totally, I was like, yeah. I thought it was well done. Zachary Quinto is Charlie Manx, which is really cool. I was surprised. I thought it was really cool. That he's doing this. His voice is creepy in this too. It really is. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, watch it. Very, very cool show. Especially if you're a Stephen King fan. Watch it. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm so happy they put it on AMC. So, that's going on. Let's see what else is going on. Of course, the spin-off movie for Walking Dead will be coming up. They'll have the movies coming up. Let me see if I can find a date for you. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a release date, at least on the first one. I might. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's going to be a trilogy of TWD films. Now we're adding another one to the, quote, body pile. AMC has announced it is greenlighting a third scripted series set in the world of The Walking Dead. It's not The Walking Dead, though. According to the network, the series will feature 2 young female protagonists and focus on the first generation to come of age in the apocalypse as we know it. Some will become heroes, some will become villains. In the end, all of them will be changed forever. Grown up and cemented in their identities, good and bad. Interesting. It's going to be another series. They're going to start production on 10 episodes this summer in Virginia. This is to premiere in 2020. They don't know whether there's going to be any crossovers from any of the other shows. It's going to show audience an unseen pocket of the TWD universe. Steeped in a new mythology is a very cool way to celebrate a decade of the dead on TV. Okay. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Okay, let's see about the... So a new series is coming up also. You're going to have The Walking Dead, Fear, and another one. There is no date yet. Let's see. Okay, release date plot. Okay. It's expanding. Possibly that Andrew Lincoln is just the first of several characters leaving behind. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I tell you everything but you want to know. Okay. The first one is to be this year, I believe. The plan is to air the films on AMC. If this changes or something, they're going to let us know. When will the trailer be released? So, no actual release date. As soon as I find out, I will let you know. As far as I know, the first one's going to be this year. First Walking Dead movie coming this year. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's see, I'm trying to get a date. I'll bet she'll be this fall sometime. Well, maybe not. So we'll just have to wait and see for the release date. And I will let you know when that comes up. So, anybody looking forward to that? I am for sure. So, those movies will be coming up. I will let you know when and where. So, what's going to happen next week on Fear? We'll find out some answers. Maybe we'll find out, what's going on in this area, who's blocking the area off. I don't know if she's going to find Morgan next week, Alicia, but hopefully, Al. But hopefully that'll be in the next 2 episodes, and we'll find out maybe what's going on wherever she's taken to. Could be somewhere close. If she can make it back to Morgan, then it can't be that far away. So we have that. So we shall see what we shall see. Alicia's tick, though. She really is. And like I said, is... it's like I said, it's just going to stop trying to find people. I think if they just continue on their way, they'll find people along the way. And then they take how it is, how they are. If they seem to be good, then help them. If not, move on. Because every time they get in a pickle, especially this time, they could have lost a lot of people because of this jackass. So, and of course, Morgan's. And we got to help everybody. No, you don't. And don't forget, Dwight will be making an appearance. He's going to jump from TWD to Fear, of course. And according to the trailers, Morgan finds him first. So, wow. So we shall see what happens there. So, very good. Hope you watched it. Hope you watched Nosferatu. Hope you enjoyed that. And, of course, don't miss The Talking Dead live with Chris Hardwick. You gotta love it. So, that kind of wraps up. We look forward to next Sunday, and we'll see what happens and we'll recap it on Tuesday. Please let me know what you thought of the episodes. You can message me on KBLP LLC Facebook page. You can message me directly, Denise Harris. From there, let's see. Also, check out The Walking Dead Freak Show, run by Jason Boyce, and of course my sis over there, Michelle. Hope you're feeling better, hon. She hasn't been feeling too well, so hope you're feeling better. And of course, The Walking Dead, run by Ralph Terry. So there you go there. So there you go. And stay tuned. Let's see, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. I'm going to do a special DWD. Please join me for that. Thursday, it's going to be musicals. Very cool. Friday, don't forget Hollywood Review and Freaks in the Basement with our own biggest freak, Chris Stevens. A show not to miss, believe me. It is totally awesome. Saturday, I believe, Ectos and Encounters. I'm not sure. Or it's just going to be Encounters. I'm not sure. I lost track somewhere here. But we'll let you know. Anyway, it's going to be cool. Ecto and Encounters is run by Michelle and myself. We're also on Facebook. Strange and Unusual, the Paranormal. Just mysteries in itself. So join us for that. I think that's it. I think I got everything. So, y'all have a great night. Thanks for listening. Join me next week for episode 2 of Fear the Walking Dead. Peace out, y'all.
Where do you come from? The dust. Where will you go to? The grave. Dawn is soon fall. Everyone calls something wicked. This way comes.
causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their drones. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Another mother's breaking heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old theme in 2018. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their guns and their drones. In your head, they are dying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. It's the same old theme in 2018. In your head, they are dying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Good night, I love you, darling. Good night. Good night, good night. May the stars shine bright. Good night, my darling. Good night, good night, good night. I'll push down the pillow with all of my might. Good night, good night. The stars are so bright, and I'll hold down the pillow with all of my might. Tomorrow tomorrow will be